what it's all about. That's love. Oh, that's love. That's love. Just when you think you're on solid ground, just a word and you're upside down. That's love. Oh, that's love. That's love. That's love.
Shall we go up?
Why not?
You mean they're yours, Amanda? Yes.
Not Laurel's.
So Donald didn't sleep with her after all. He's innocent.
I'm sorry. Bubbles up my nose.
I can see we're in for a thoroughly sophisticated evening. You sure you're allowed out alone?
Just a bit nervous, that's all.
Not nervous, excited. That makes two of us.
It's my first time.
I've told you I'll be gentle with you.
Actually, there was one other event in the beginning, but I don't count that.
Very wise.
Benita Bronowski, old flame who reappeared briefly, and I sort of had to.
Oh, you mean it was obligatory?
No, she sort of forced me to.
Oh, what was she, an East German shot putter?
It was blackmail. She was very attractive. Well, beautiful, really.
How terrible for you.
No, what was terrible was 6 years later, Patty's mother finding out and making sure Patty did too.
Better make sure Patsy's mother doesn't find out this time.
Oh, it doesn't matter this time. No. I'm going to tell Patsy myself tomorrow.
Well, why wait so long? The telephone is over there.
No, I'll do it when I get home after work tomorrow.
May I ask why?
Well, you see, Patsy doesn't believe we didn't do it in the West Indies last week.
Oh, you mean you fought me off for nothing?
She said, yes, darling, I believe you, but she doesn't. That's why I walked out yesterday. See?
Oh, you walked out of your own house because your wife said that she believed you?
Yes, she was lying.
Well, I'd like to say I see, but I don't.
I'm going home tomorrow to say, well, darling, you didn't believe me when I said I didn't. Now perhaps you will believe me when I tell you I just did. It'll clear the air.
Well, I've heard some good excuses for a quick tumble in my time, but so that you can go straight home and tell the missus is a new one on me, I must say.
I've called her my missus for 8 years, ever since we lived together. But now we've been married only 13 days, and here I am with you.
Now that you've got, as it were, your evidence for your marital spring clean, you're not obliged to go through with the filthy business for my sake. We could just pretend we did it.
No, I'm through with pretending.
Oh, yes, of course. Silly of me to think I could wriggle out of it.
Anyway, I want to.
Oh, yes, well, thank you kindly, sir.
Oh, I'm being terribly selfish, aren't I? Sorry, going on about me and Patsy like that. Let's talk about you.
Oh, don't let me monopolize things.
You are delicious, aren't you?
Go on.
An absolute knockout.
Go on.
And, intelligent, too.
Now you've gone too far.
You must have passes made at you all the time by the best-looking, richest, cleverest chat-up merchants in the world. It's almost intimidating, all those fellows looking down on us from your memory who could do this much better than me.
So far, that would be almost anyone I know.
No, I don't mean the chat. That's easy. I mean the actual, you know...
Performance.
Yes.
Perhaps I should issue a bulletin, you know, a sort of auto-monthly, giving specifications. Maximum revs, fuel consumption, who goes from 0 to 60 before you can get your tights on.
Be very helpful.
Well, thank you for the flattering assumption that I've hit the sack with regiments of Grand Prix contestants.
Oh, no, I didn't mean...
But you can relax. I shall be putty in your hands.
Thank you. Me too.
Well, Let's hope not entirely putty.
Oh, yes. Don't worry about that.
Do you know what your attraction was?
No, I've often wondered.
That you were the through-and-through nice guy who'd be thoughtful and considerate and perhaps even, well...
What?
Dare I say, loving? No?
Well, you see, I love Patsy.
Hello, she soon came back into the conversation.
But I do.
I don't doubt it. And you love your children, too.
Of course.
You love your job and your parents, and your dog and your cat.
Well?
Well, none of that detracts from your love for Patsy.
No.
Well, why can't you love your mistress as well?
Well, because there's deceit involved. Betrayal.
Oh, I see. To deceive your wife with your body is not a betrayal, but to be profligate with your emotions is.
That's a very interesting way of putting it.
But you're going to tell Patsy anyway, so from tomorrow we won't be deceiving her, will we?
Well, are you suggesting that we continue this after tomorrow?
Are you suggesting I'm just a one-night stand?
I didn't think us, you and me, through. I hadn't considered your feelings till now.
Oh, one-night stands have feelings, an earth-shattering male discovery. How do you know that I don't just want a one-night stand?
Ah, well, yes, there is that.
I wouldn't have chosen you.
Oh.
Mr. Bloody Complicated. I'd have chosen someone with a few more muscles below the neck and a little less intricate wiring above.
Yes, Patsy couldn't understand what you saw in me either.
Hello, she's back again.
Sorry.
Well, let's find out, shall we? Before she monopolizes the rest of the night.
What?
What I thought I saw in you.
What you mean?
Yes.
What now?
Well, if I waited for you, we'd sit here till morning discussing the ethics of it. Hypocrite. What's wrong?
Could you move over?
Why?
Only Patsy always sleeps on that side. I'm left-handed.
Excuse me, sir. Huh?
Oh, there you are, Geoffrey.
Sorry to disturb you when you're concentrating.
What was it I rang for?
You didn't, sir. I came in to see you.
Of course you did, yes.
Excuse me,
You feeling all right, sir?
fine, been fine.
Sure?
Yes. Very well, Geoffrey. Very, very well. The wellest possible.
I'm glad to hear it, sir.
I just can't stop yawning.
Must be jet lag, sir. Some people get it a week late.
Geoffrey, I'm going home early. Now, in fact. Call it a day.
Very wise, sir.
Kids' party.
It's our second anniversary.
Hmm?
We were married 2 weeks ago today.
Oh, as long as that.
Happy anniversary, darling.
Same to you and many of them.
Oh, yes, 50 at least.
Well, that makes a year. That should see us out. This is all very nice, and I love it, darling, but we've actually got some serious talking to do before
You're
we start the
absolutely
celebration.
right.
Now, I've got something to say.
So have I, so let's do it quickly before the others come.
What others? What?
Well, there's Gary and Amanda. And Hank will be here in a minute with all the children.
And?
Daddy and Mummy.
Oh.
Oh, and I've asked Laurel Manasotti too. Well, I practically accused her of sleeping with you. I just wanted to show there were no hard feelings.
We have to talk now.
Yes, you're right. So
now, look, I want to go first.
No,
I've got something to say.
Well, so have I, and I won't keep.
Well, neither am I.
Oh, for heaven's sake. Let's one of us go.
Sorry. You go first.
No, you.
You go.
All right. Mine's quite simple. The famous or infamous knickers are Amanda's.
What?
Yes. They've been in your case for ages, ever since we lent it to her. She identified them immediately. They're not Laurel's at all.
I told you.
And I got into such a tizzy about the whole thing, I just couldn't handle it. And I wanted that job from Laurel so badly, and I had to turn it down, and I was jealous and frustrated. I just didn't know what to think, and I was blaming you for everything, and then, well, Daddy pointed out that whatever you'd done was all in the past anyway, so I tried to play that stupid let's pretend it never happened game, which I'm no good at, and oh, darling, I feel such a fool. Can you ever forgive me? I'm not boring you, am I?
No. Patsy, you're not the only one who's been a fool. Please, don't answer the door until I've told you.
It's too late. They're in already. Must be Hank and the children. He's got a key.
Oh, no!
Coats, please.
Oh, it's full time. Thank God.
Everybody get a seat.
Matthew.
It's time to eat.
Hi. Hi. Right.
In.
You take this and Gary into the other room while we stuff some grub into this one.
Look, I must talk to you.
Not now, later. We need your chair.
Come on, I've just had a basin full of this. Let's have a drink.
Right. Who wants ice cream? Who wants jelly?
That is the worst timed entrance you've ever made. Laurel will be here in a minute.
Didn't Patsy tell you? The knickers are Amanda's. You're in the clear.
Although how anyone could find you not guilty beats me.
I wasn't guilty then.
Yeah.
Come on, get on with it.
What? Then?
I slept with Laurel last night.
You what?
Although, why they call it sleeping with someone, I'll never know.
You lucky sod. What was it like?
I've got to tell Patsy before Laurel gets here.
Tell Patsy?
I was so fed up with Patsy calling me a liar, I decided to go and give her something she could believe.
By telling her you'd spent the night with Laurel.
Yeah.
Things are okay with you and Patsy now, aren't they?
Yes.
Then leave well alone.
Laurel wants to go on with it.
What, you mean you and her...
I couldn't do it.
Couldn't pass her over to me, could you?
She's not a bag of crisps. Oh, my God, that's her.
Put in a word for me, will you? Oh, come on, don't be selfish. I'll do the same for you one day.
Patsy and I are just going over a major crisis of trust. I've got to sort this out.
Look, listen.
Hi, you two. Nanny here tells me I've got to say hello to the women and children first. Only then can I join the men.
Here, I'll take this. You must be thirsty.
Thank you kindly. Champagne. I seem to be living on the stuff.
Hubba, hubba, hubba.
Call it, son. She could be your mother.
My middle name's Oedipus.
What's he talking about?
Forget it.
Listen, answer me one question. What was it like with Laurel?
Don't you think about anything else.
Look, I've got a reason. This is vital. Was it great?
Yes, it was.
Right. Now, you say to Patsy, I slept with Laurel. It was your fault. You wouldn't believe me. I did it for us. I love you, darling. She says, I believe you. Of course. I forgive you. You kiss. It's great. Now, that's unlikely enough. But assuming she swallows that, she then says casually one day, by the way, darling, what was it like that time with Laurel? What do you say?
I didn't think of that.
There is no answer to that question. Anything you say has got you in big trouble. You say rotten, you got a credibility problem. You say not as good as you, dear. She says, how? You say better than you, and you may as well phone your lawyer. Oh, you are your lawyer, aren't you? I forgot.
What am I going to do? That's Babs and Victor.
Shut your mouth and keep it shut.
I can't. I daren't. And you're right, I can't tell her either. What should I do?
Think about it for 30 years.
If you're right,
Then talk to me before you make a move.
Okay.
Right. Champagne in here, women and children in the kitchen. Which do you prefer?
Bloody silly question.
Champagne again. How lovely. Hello, Donald.
Hello, Babs.
Hello, Gary.
Why don't you take a glass with you?
Trying to get rid of me, eh? All men together.
Just giving you the best of both worlds.
This is getting to be a habit. We had champagne last night. At the Lancaster. We took some Canadian friends to the theatre, and then they bought us some champagne as a thank you afterwards. Wasn't that sweet of them?
Adorable.
Such a cosmopolitan place, the Lancaster. Don't you think, Donald? You must have been there.
Never.
Oh?
It wasn't me.
Patsy says you should both come through. Mrs. Manasotti's here, too.
She's here.
Sure.
What's she doing here?
Patsy asked her.
Oh, really? I must go and say hello. You all right, Donald?
Fine.
You're looking tired. Haven't been overdoing it, have you?
She knows.
What?
That's where Laurel and I spent last night.
The Lancaster.
Yeah.
You don't stint yourself, do you?
Laurel paid.
Have you been at it again with Laurel?
Again?
That was the first time. Did you see us?
No, what with that playing the Canadians, I'd already anaesthetised myself.
I'm going in there to tell Patsy now.
Don't be daft.
Because if I don't, that old bat will. Oh, I'm sorry, Victor, I didn't.
No, be my guest.
So much for your don't tell plan. They always find out in the end.
Well, of course they do if you go round dangling Laurel in front of your mother-in-law.
Oh, Babs will tell her, sure as eggs. She dug up Benita Bronowski after 6 years and made sure Patsy knew.
Did you have Benita Bronowski?
Yes.
You get about, don't you?
Only once.
He only ever does it with them once.
She forced me to.
He comes up with the most original excuses I've ever heard.
It's true.
She was a dark, curvy, luscious little thing.
Oh, leave off.
I'm going in there now to tell Patsy first.
No. No, wait. There must be a better way.
It's either tell Patsy or kill Babs.
I said there was a better way.
I must say you're looking ravishing, Laurel. Positively glowing. Do you have regular injections or what?
When I can.
Excuse me. Patsy. Patsy, can I talk to you, please?
What now? Matthew, your turn is coming now, darling.
Yes, no, it's important.
Well, all right then, I'm listening.
Not here. Come on.
Give that to Matthew, Daddy.
I've got a bone to pick with you.
What is all this about?
I've got something to tell you, and it won't keep any longer. Not with everyone and Babs in there. I spent last night with her.
You don't mean Babs, do you?
No,
I see.
it was the first time.
Do you love her?
No.
Do you want to do it again?
No.
What was it like? Yes? Exhausting, obviously.
No. That was just nerves.
Well,
Mummy, everybody wants to come in here. It's so crowded in the kitchen.
Okay, Zoe, bring them all in.
Mum, we can go in now, Daddy said.
I just want to tell you that I'm sorry and I love you.
I see. And the rest I just have to swallow, do I?
Here we go. Happy anniversary! It's cake time.
Hooray, hooray. Happy anniversary.
2 weeks.
Congratulations.
Well done. Many more.
Donald and Pat.
Oh, happiness is.
looking wonderful, don't you think?
Yes, Mummy. Ravishing.
I just said Laurel's looking wonderful, isn't she?
She should do. She's had about 3 facelifts.
She's very pretty.
So would you be after 3 facelifts? No, I meant one. Anyone would look good. Not you. Oh, come on, Gary, we're off.
You're too late. Patsy knows.
What?
Donald's told her. Preemptive strike.
Good night, Patsy. Thanks for the invitation. It was lovely.
A pleasure.
We must meet soon to discuss your preliminary ideas for my house.
Yes, we must.
I'll look forward to it.
So will I.
Good night.
Oh, excuse me. So it wasn't so bad after all.
Right, I'm off. Patsy said you'd put Zoe and Matthew to bed tonight.
Sure.
I am due a night off.
Enjoy yourself.
Thanks, I will.
Bye, Hank.
Bye.
Bye.
Suppose it could have been worse. I could have been married to a bore or a bully.
Instead, you got me.
Don't you feel a moment's guilt?
Funnily enough, I don't. Not now it's out.
Not now it's out. Confession makes it all better. Go home, tell wifey, pass it all on to her.
Oh. You asked for it.
Did I? There's just one thing. What was it like with... Oh, no, stop that, Patsy. No pictures.
I only did it for us.
If you believe for 1/100th of a second that I believe that you spent the entire night forcing yourself to screw Laurel Manasotti for the sake of anyone but the pair of you present in that bed, you must believe that the moon is made of violet blancmange. No. Don't even try.
Okay.
Can you think of any woman who would believe you?
Zoe?
Quite. So, now, not only do I have to live with it here at home, but I also have to carry it with me to that job all the time I'm working for Laurel. Well, thanks.
That's why I didn't do it in the West Indies. I planned to, and I thought we wouldn't see her again.
You mean you really were going to?
Yes.
So I was right. Well, at least I know where I stand. Thank God for that. It confirms my belief in myself that I really can read you like a book.
Is it a book you want to go on reading?
Yes.
How does it end?
That's love. Oh, that's love. That's love. Just when you think you're on solid ground.
Next week, Donald and Patsy try to rescue their marriage by consulting a therapist. The suave and predatory Tristan Beasley is played by Tony Slattery. Next tonight, drama when a little girl goes missing. The alarming and true story of the disappearance of Azaria Chamberlain is after the break.